Hello, Ray Phoenix here again. Welcome to Let's Play Mega Man X4's Mega Man X Part 2. This time around, we're going to go after the Maverick I like to take on next. It's not really the second Maverick, if you can take them on in any order. We're going after Frost Walrus. Hey, look at me, I'm a walrus. I just put two toothpicks in my mouth and I'm a walrus. Ha ha ha. Yeah, walruses are some of the funniest animals around. So we're going to the snow base. You can see there's a corpse of Blizzard Buffalo in the background, frozen in the ice. This is what they do to people that die. Apparently, Mavericks that die, ice-themed ones have died. And you see here is a bunch of snow formations, and the music really reminds me of, in this level, really reminds me of the music from the song from The Land of the Apes, I think it was called in Mega Man. Sorry, it wasn't even a Mega Man game, it was in Ape Escape 2. Yeah, Ape Escape 2 totally got inspiration from this part. And there's all sorts of cool stuff you can find. So at least I just got a heart tank there a little bit earlier. Heart tanks increase your overall health. You're going to be needing those if you're going to be fighting the main villain at the end. So it's good to get that. There's a 1-up there. It's good to get the 1-ups too. There's all sorts of cool stuff in this level. It's all snowy and blizzardy. Inside, I hate snow and blizzards, but looks like we have to deal with them in this game. It's so icy too. It's kind of a bit like, what's that guy's name? I'm trying to remember that guy's name. Frostman, I think he was, yeah, it was Frostman, I think he was called, for Mega Man 8. Remember he had a level similar to this. It was all that jump, 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 slide, slide, slide. You know, it was all annoying, like telling you to jump. It's kind of like playing Space Ace, where you have to do exactly what to do. Oh, and by the way, there's some more Space Ace stuff in this game we're going to see later in this video. So you see they throw the snowmen out there. This game is pretty abysmal to us about taking a hit. I wonder how Cavill was able to pull this off without ripping out all his hair. He probably doesn't have hair, considering all the stuff he did. And I don't have much hair left anymore either, because of all the stuff that I've been going through. You know, playing these LPs and trying to animate a scene from Nintendo Capri Sun saying tomorrow's Christmas Eve. There's a good chance that project of mine might get canceled. Or I might put the animatic or something like that of it up on YouTube, I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys would be interested in seeing that. So we're coming across the mini-boss, the mid-stage boss, because a lot of these levels have mini-bosses, just like in Mega Man 8. And you see here he's going to form, it's going to be some sort of claw thing. Oh, look! It's the claw! Oh, run for your life! It's the claw! Another 1997 reference in this game. The claw! And you found my weakness! Sub-zero temperatures! Oh boy, oh vey, look, we got him down to... He actually does have a weakness. It's the weapon we picked up before. That's why I recommend playing, what's that guy's name? The Magma Dragoon. I recommend fighting Magma Dragoon before coming. You could do this level first. You very well can do this level first. It's easy enough to do it first. But I recommend defeating Magma Dragoon first before coming here, because then you get his weapon, and you can get a lot of cool stuff in this level. There's all sorts of stuff you won't be able to get without his weapons. That's why I strongly recommend fighting against Magma Dragoon first before showing up to this level. So you see, I completely owned him. I completely murdered him with Magma Dragoon's weapon. We can't charge it yet because we don't have that upgrade yet. So now, they're going to the next part. Yeah, this sounds so much like Ape Escape 2 in one level. So now you see here, ready, and let's go. Let's release our shots, and oh, look at that, Met Tools. I forgot to mention that in the first video of this Let's Play. This is the first time since the original Mega Man X that we saw Met Tools in a Mega Man X game. Met Tools, I love Met Tools. They're so cute, and yet they're so deadly too. I would hate to get beat up by them. I actually have been beaten up by them before in some of the Mega Man games, which is actually quite embarrassing. Like getting beaten up by a Goomba in the Mario games, it's so embarrassing if you get beaten up by one of those things. But what do you expect? Something like they deserve rights. They deserve to be, you know, willing to fight us back or destroy us or, you know, do whatever it is they plan to. And what are their goals anyways? I used to think they're like construction things, considering the fact they were hard hats. Some people even call them hard hats. I think they were originally called hard hats, but they got renamed to Met Tool at some point. And the Mega Man Zero games are called Metars or something like that. They keep wanting to change their name. They even look like, you know, hard hats pretty much. So, yeah, I wonder what their deal is. I wonder if there's a workers' strike with them or something like that. 'Cause they know their life sucks, and maybe they just want to, you know, they don't know how to deal with it or something like that. So you see, it's all icy there. It's all, we say that bird thing, that ice phoenix thing, man, ice phoenix. I guess that's what you call things. They're kind of like phoenixes, but they're with ice rather than fire or something like that. The ice phoenix. I've never thought of that before. An ice phoenix. I should take notes of this. This could be good in my next book. Ice phoenix. Speaking of book, I'm actually going to be writing a book in the next year. I'm not sure I talked about this yet, but I'm going to be writing a book next year. It's called the man-child. It's going to be a fantasized version of the life and times of Chris Chan. You know, Christian Weston Chandler, that man-child everyone seems to be obsessed with. Yeah, I'm writing a book about him, about all the dumb things he does. It's fantasized versions of times he gets kicked out of stores by mall cops, by like frickin' Paul Blart coming in with his Segway. They should have put Paul Blart in a game like this. Paul Blart could defeat most of these Mavericks with his Segway. It's a weapon, easy. So you see here, he's gonna threaten us. He's actually very... this Frost Walrus guy is actually kind of easy to fight just using the X-Buster. I'm going to be mostly using the X-Buster against him. He actually is that easy. He's a bit of a pansy, actually. Kind of like Blizzard Buffalo from Mega Man X3, or Chill Penguin from the original Mega Man X. A lot of the Ice-themed Mavericks in these games always seem to be pansies for some reason. And yet, Iceman, the original Mega Man, wasn't even a pansy at all. He was actually kind of strong and burly and all willing to freeze you up. It was also kind of odd too, because the logic of this game contradicts the logic of the original Mega Man. The original Mega Man, it was fire is weak against ice, because when ice melts it turns into water, and water puts out fire. But this game the logic is different. In this game it's ice is weak against fire, his weakness is fire, which is kind of, again, seems kind of odd. I mean, it seems kind of strange or bizarre that, you know, that the series would, you know, contradict its own logic. But again, technically it's a different series. Sure, they're set in the same universe. How do you say series plural anyways? They're the same universe. They're different time periods. I don't know, maybe something changed in the X universe or in the X, you know, time, or I don't know how to say it. Maybe there's some, you know, maybe the universes collided somewhere or something there that changed their logic. I feel people change their logic all the time. Logic changes more often than, I don't know, it changes more often than some people change their underwear, so I guess that kind of makes sense. And so now we're going to go on and after I save this to my memory card, my virtual non-existent memory card, I'm going to take on Jet Stingray. He's a guy I should take on third, and oh boy, playing his level is like playing Space Ace. This is what I meant by Space Ace. I hope you Space Ace fans are, you know, willing to watch this, because, you know, if you like Space Ace, then you're in luck. Because Jet Stingray is a lot like Space Ace, where you have to ride on a jet, and we have to jet around and jettison our fuel and jettison everything we have so we can pick up whatever remains here of the so you see, at first we're like in some sort of rocky cavern. We have to jump around and shoot at those guys, and we have very little health. We don't have any upgrades left. And ooh, see, there's those bomb things. This must be really, you know, like again, I don't know how you could do this without getting a hit. It's probably impossible. I bet Cavill cheated somewhere. That guy was a cheat. So was Rome Mithril. He was kind of a cheat too. So he picked up the heart tank you see there, increased our overall health. Again, you're going to be needing those if you want to go through the later parts of this game. And so you see there, and there's an exploding bridge which takes off a lot of our health for some reason. Whoever thought exploding bridges could, you know, take off your health. Usually if a bridge collapses and you fall and you die, not because it bursts into fire or bursts into flames. So that's the end of that segment. And now there's the next part where we're actually on the water near the harbor, as I can see here. And look at this. Wait for it. Ah, there it is. You see, there's the, you know, what's his name? Jet Stingray. There he is, in the flesh, or in the machinery in this case, because it's, you know, he's a Maverick, he's a robot, he's not actually human. But yes, you see, here's the first time we ever meet a robot master in any Mega Man game ever, before we actually get to the end of the level. We're gonna have to fight him. There's really no point. I mean, you could shoot at him, but there's really no point. It's not gonna do anything to him at the end of the level, so there's really no point in trying to fight him now, or trying to shoot him now. You might as well just avoid him like a cowardly pansy. So we picked up the sub-tank there. It's the first sub-tank we picked up in the game. Those things are pretty much like the E-tanks in the original Mega Man, only they're reusable, and you could have to fill them up too, and there's only 2 of them in the entire game. The other one, I believe, is in Cyber Peacock stage. So when we get to Cyber Peacock stage, we'll get that. And so now, here we are, finally at the end of the level. After so much space acing around, we're finally at the end of the level, and now we're gonna fight this pansy, because this guy is a wuss. A weakling, when you have his weakness, that is. Normally, if you were to fight him without his weakness, he can't go down at all. He's gonna kick your butt. But if you have his weakness, which is Frost Walrus's weapon, we could have defeated this pansy easy. Take that. You see, and look at that. It did a good chunk of his health off, like that. Just jump like that and hit him. To make matters worse for him, that isn't better for us. Later in this game, we're going to get an upgrade that makes it so we have unlimited weapon power unless we charge it. So that's going to be a total nightmare for him. I hate to be Jet Stingray. He probably asked for better pay. I wonder if the Rebel Force is going to compensate his family or something like that, considering the fact he died at the hands of Mega Man X. I wonder if Rebel Force even does that. A friend of mine that watched me play this game once told me that the Rebel Force is pretty much the Nazis in the future. Pretty much Nazis of like the 22nd century. I think this is the 22nd century. Pretty much like Nazis, like robot Nazis kind of thing. If you saw how they were earlier, they had their rallies, their campaign propaganda rallies. And look at that. He's dead. He's gone. We destroyed him. And I noticed they use a cool, like, effect like that. Like, in these PS1 Mega Man X games use cool, like, explosion effects, like that, exploding effects. And so now, yeah, that's it. We defeated the Jet Stingray, and we're gonna do some cool pose, and, ooh, there we go. And now it's gonna tell us we got some new weapon, Ground Hunter. I'm not even sure who's weak. I actually think I do know. I don't know. That's gonna come in handy for the final boss. And so we got another weapon, whoop-de-doo, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This is Ray Phoenix, signing out.